My wife let her best friend steal our first dance with a proposal, so I walked out of my wedding. My wife Alexa has a best woman named Stacy who always needs the spotlight. I've put up with a lot because Alexa loves her and I love Alexa. But 2 months before our wedding, Stacy started pushing this idea that she should propose to her girlfriend at our reception. I told Alexa, no, not at our wedding. Alexa nodded and said, you're right, I'll tell her. A week later, Stacy asked again, like nothing happened. Alexa came home and said, she just wants one little moment. I said, no, tell her no. Alexa promised again. This happened 4 times. Each time, Alexa agreed to my face, then acted like Stacy was being random when she brought it up again. I tried to stay calm, but it felt pointless. Still, I kept trying. Stacy did this with almost everything. She'd cancel plans because something better came up. She'd show up at our place on date night with drinks and a loud laugh, then guilt Alexa for not making time for her. At restaurants, she'd order the priciest food, extra sides, fancy drinks, then say, let's just split it evenly. It's easier. Alexa would pay and shrug like it was normal. I never asked Alexa to pick between us. I just wanted one day where we were the center, together, as a team. On our wedding morning, I reminded Alexa again, no surprises, no proposal. She kissed my cheek and said, I know, I handled it. The ceremony was beautiful. We said our vows, kissed, and everyone cheered. At the reception, we did our entrance, cut the cake, and listened to speeches. I finally started to relax. Then I saw Stacy weaving through tables, whispering and giggling, clearly planning something. I leaned close to Alexa and said, please tell me this isn't it. Alexa squeezed my hand and said, breathe, trust me. A few minutes later, I spotted Stacy at the DJ booth, leaning in and talking fast. I walked over, but Stacy turned and smiled at me, acting normal. Relax, she said. It's a happy night. Then the DJ dimmed the lights for a slideshow of photos from our relationship. Alexa wiped happy tears. When the last photo faded, the lights came up and the DJ said, all right, first dance. I stood up and held out my hand to Alexa. That's when the microphone screeched. Stacy was in the DJ booth. She grabbed the mic and said, can everyone quiet down? I have something really special to share. My stomach dropped. I turned to Alexa. She wasn't looking at me. She was staring at Stacy with this nervous, excited smile. She knew. Stacy's girlfriend walked out holding a small box, and phones started rising in the air. Stacy marched onto the dance floor, our dance floor, and turned the whole room toward herself. She said a few sweet lines into the mic, then dropped to one knee and popped the box open. Will you marry me? She said. The room went crazy. People cheered and cried and rushed forward. Our photographer moved right in and started snapping nonstop, flash after flash. It was the main event now. Someone tossed rose petals onto the floor where Alexa and I were supposed to dance. The DJ even switched the music for Stacy. I sat there in my suit, frozen, watching my wedding reception turn into Stacy's engagement party. And our first dance song never even started. When the cheering finally dipped, Alexa came back to our table. Her makeup was smudged from happy tears, and she looked proud. Wasn't that beautiful? She said. I'm so glad we could give them this. I stared at her and felt something in me go quiet. I said, I want a divorce. I kept my voice low. Alexa blinked, then laughed like I'd told a joke. Stop, she said, still smiling. Don't be dramatic. We're about to dance. I stood up. I told you 4 times this couldn't happen, I said. You agreed every time. You lied to my face. Her smile started to crack. It's not that big of a deal, she whispered. I pointed at the crowd on the dance floor. Look, I said, our first dance is gone. Our moment is gone. Everyone's here for her now. Alexa swallowed hard. I thought once it happened, you'd see it was fine, she said. I shook my head. You didn't think about me at all, I said. You thought about Stacy. You chose Stacy. People were turning to watch us. Alexa grabbed my wrist under the table. Please, she said, don't do this tonight. I pulled my hand back. You already did this tonight, I said. I walked away from the table and straight toward the exit. Behind me, I heard Alexa calling my name. She followed, heels clicking fast. She caught my arm at the door. Where are you going? She asked, eyes wide, still not getting it. I looked at her one last time and said, you and Stacy can finish the party. Then I pushed the door open, stepped out into the cool night air, and kept walking until I got to my car.